Welcome back, everybody, to TDPHINSTALK, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. We are live here on this beautiful 420, April 20th, 2020, 2:35 p.m. We are live on this beautiful day. Well, at least where I am, there's been major storms and things like that. So I hope everybody's safe from that. But click that like button. Yeah, so it's time to get started, y'all. We got a great show for y'all today. Miami Dolphins trading up from 18 ? 3 days away from adding dynasty pieces is the title for today's video. Stay tuned for tonight. We're gonna have another banger coming your way with none other than, of course, Phinsanity 5. It's Phinsanity Monday, so don't forget, guys. So we're gonna have some fun with that later on today. Shout out to everybody in the comment section coming through. We already got 80 people in the building. Make sure you hit that like button on your way in. Wow, 3 likes. Come on, y'all. Y'all ain't got to do me like that. Hit that like button, guys. All right, there go 20 likes. Can we get up to 50 likes, man? Moose Kamal 26, the first one in the building. Shout out to you, homie. Sharif, make sure you check your status. I made sure I gave you that mod status because I'm gonna need to add some more mods coming up pretty soon, man. Horsey Head, you got that mod status, so go ahead and check it out. Let me see here. But guys, don't forget to check me out on Instagram, TDPHINSTALK, Twitter at TDPHINSTALK, Facebook is TDPHINSTALK. Also, you can find all my content at DolphinsTalk.com. DolphinsTalk.com is excellent anyway because you can find several Dolphins content, a lot of Dolphins content on the website. You have writers, you have YouTubers, you have podcasters, so go check that out as well. Let me see here. Welcome new mods. Yeah, shout out to Vic. Shout out to Vic, man. The homie is in the building. Shout out to everybody tuning in right now, man. I appreciate everybody who's here. I know a lot of people are asking to be mod. Usually, guys, I'm gonna be honest with you. When it comes to mod, this is nothing against anyone. I don't want you to feel any type of way if you're not selected as a mod. But a lot of times it just hits me. Hey, this person is active all the time. They join the live streams, they comment, they share the page, they do this and do that. And when I see your name in the comment section and I remember that, hey, you're very active and you're invested in helping the growth of this channel, I make sure I mod you up right away, man. So if you feel like you're one of those individuals and I'm overlooking you, it is not personal, just let me know and then I'll evaluate it from there. So no hard feelings. If I miss you, please forgive me, man. I'm trying my best, all right? But we're here. It's because I am Tommy. It's not at all, man. It's not at all. I love everybody, man. TD, would you consider using the Zoom app? Check it out. It is a great tool. You know, I thought about it, but then I started to think to myself, okay, what is the Zoom gonna do that I already can't do other than add more people? And if you notice, when I have more than 5 people on, it just gets chaotic. So I'm trying to figure out how I can keep it down to a minimum. Shout out to Mr. Ballgame in the building. What's up, homie? Who is our trade partner and what are we giving up to move up? You know what, Mr. Ballgame, I'm not speculating on a trade partner like everybody else because it's just guessing, but Miami is looking to move up from 18 according to reports. I don't know how true it is, but that's according to reports. They're looking to move up from 18 and they're not trying to move the 5th pick. They want the 5th pick. Now, I will say this, y'all. I will say this. If we do move up from 18, then there's a greater chance that we're getting a quarterback at 5 because that means that this team wants to still dab into some of the talent that's available in the top 10. But you can look at it the other way as well. If we're moving up from 18, it might be to secure whatever quarterbacks left at 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, you know, to make sure that they get one of them. So it's different ways you can look at it. We'll get into it a little more as we go. We got 100 people in the building, 62 likes. Hit that like button. I figured, Ballgame said, I figured we would at least try, but I'm interested in seeing with whom. Yeah, it's a lot of speculation out there. And again, it probably is going to come down to who's willing to move out of their spot because they don't like the prospects and they want to go ahead and move back and get more assets. And yes, Damian Diaz said, I think the trade up is going to be for our offensive tackle. There's many ways you could look at this, man. It could be for the offensive tackle, or it could be to get the quarterback because we're going to select a positional player at 5. So many different ways you can look at this. And I'm not going to sit here and lie to y'all and speculate and say this is what they're going to do. There's too many options. I can stick with one, but that I'll be cutting myself short. There's too many. Oh my gosh, this is what's so frustrating about this draft, man. We have so many assets, which is a blessing. It's an amazing thing, but it is nerve-wracking because you have too many options. When you have so many options, many will say, well, isn't that a good thing? Yes, but you only get one decision. Options, but only one decision. I can see if you had 3 options and one decision to make, okay. But when you got 10 options and one decision, it's nerve-wracking because any of those 10 can be the home run and you don't know which one, and you got to make the decision on the best one, man. It's Greer. He got his work cut out. Man, let me tell you, y'all don't get mad at me for saying this, but no matter what happens in this draft, let me not say whatever happens, but Greer has some wiggle room for me to not be 100% right. 3 first-round picks in 2 seconds. I'm going to stop the buck right there. 5 players in the first 2 rounds. Greer got to get 3 of these right. 3 of these players, after year 1, we have to feel like, yes, those 3 are going to be our future. He has a 60% ratio for me to say he did a good job. Some people say he got to get 4 out of the 5 right. 3 out of 5 to me, man, because you're not going to always get them all right. But this is tough, man. But getting 2 out of the 5 right, those 2 have to be, both of them have to be in the first round. See, that's how I kind of evaluate it. 3 out of 5, you can have 1 first rounder in 2 seconds that were great picks that you got right, or 2 firsts and 1 second. Just get 3 of them right. But if you get 2 right, both of them better be first rounders. And you still get a little knock for not hitting another one, but I can live with that. But don't give me one. No, just get it right, Greer. Let me stop, man. Just get it right. This is why I'm nerve-wracked, y'all. This is why I'm nerve-wracked. Some people chill, TD. It's going to be all right no matter what happens, Phins up. I agree. But 20 years ago, we were no matter what happens, Phins up. 19 years ago, no matter what happens, Phins up. 18, 17, 16, 15 years ago, no matter what happens, Phins up. 14, 13, and it just kept counting. And now we're here with the most assets that we've ever had in the history of the Miami Dolphins, with a bright future that should be ahead of us. And I can't involve myself in insanity, doing the same thing over and over again, wishing for a different result. I can't involve myself in the insanity of it's gonna be all right no matter what we do, TD. No, it ain't. We gotta get it right at a higher than a 50% probability. We have to get it right in the first 2 rounds. 5 players, I need 3 of them, 2 and a hopeful. I don't know. Say what you want. That's just how I feel right now, man. Ball game said as long as they stick to the plan, they will be fine. At TDPHINSTALK, they can't miss. I know. But if they moved up from 3, they can miss because they're getting rid of assets. If they, nerve-wracked, like I said, man. But listen, guys, I really do truly feel like, and you know what? I'm going to go ahead right now, give my early predictions. Of course, I'm going to give a prediction on the draft show at 7 p.m. on Thursday night. So tune in, guys. 7 p.m. Thursday night, the draft show will start. I got to get with the panelists because hopefully we can all meet, me and all the panelists, we can meet around 6:30 p.m. Hopefully, I hope I can get that done. 6:30 p.m. We meet backstage, talk about a few things, and get ready to roll at 7 p.m. on time on Thursday night, man. I can't wait. And we'll all give our predictions on the pregame show. The pre-draft show. We will all give our predictions on the pre-draft show. I cannot wait. But I'm gonna give an early prediction. Listen, and I'm not going to give players, but Miami goes with the position player outside of quarterback at number 5. They move up again somewhere in the early teens and they select a quarterback. And then at 26, the Miami Dolphins select the offensive tackle. That's my early prediction. Now, the position player can be an offensive tackle at number 5 as well. So that means in my prediction, they get 2 offensive tackles. They get 2. Or they go Derek Brown and they get an offensive tackle and a nose tackle and a quarterback. Or they go Simmons, Okuda. They go any of those ways at 5, but I know that 26 will maybe a tackle and 18 or whatever we trade up to will be a quarterback. It's that simple. I think that's what we do. That's an early prediction that can change, but I also let me check out Instagram. I wanted to also answer questions from subscribers on Instagram. Let me see here. I put a post up asking your questions. Let me see. Man, I got so many messages. I can't even keep up. Yeah, bear with me. I'm pulling it up now. 36 messages. I cannot keep up. All right, let's see. Go to my last post. All right, one moment. All right, here we go. Let me see. Let me go with the questions that I have here on Instagram. Let's see. Wait, did I get this right? Oh, my bad. Let me see. Oh my gosh, I deleted it. Here's what we're gonna do, guys. My bad. Y'all go ahead and ask me questions in the comment section. I'll answer your questions. I gotta work through Instagram on my phone a little better, man. Y'all ask y'all questions in the comment section and we'll get to it. But we're 3 days away from adding dynasty pieces, guys. And again, I know a lot of people may look at it differently, but I want the Miami Dolphins to build a dynasty. Nothing less of that, man. Let's see. Okay, here we go. I got the Instagram questions. Would you rather trade up to 3 and get Simmons and still have the 5th pick and get an OT, or trade down the 5th? Oh, my bad. Hold on. Did you send it to me? My bad, guys. Here, I don't see it. I don't even know how to get there. You're going to have to do it. Oh, okay. Makes no sense. Okay, but would I trade down and keep the 5th pick? Again, I already gave that scenario a while back, guys. I would definitely take, in other words, it's like taking the number 3 and number 5 pick, number 4 and number 5, number 2 and number 5. I would do it with the talent that's in this draft. But the thing is, if you had the 3 and 5 pick, who would you select with it? That's the real question. And I want to hear from you all in the comment section. If you had the 3rd and the 5th pick, who would you select with them? Who would you actually get? I think we go defender at 5. I agree. Trade the 26th and the 2nd and the 3rd to move up to the 13 to 15 range to take a QB and get a tackle at 18. Mr. Ball Game, that's probably one of the best scenarios I've heard, period. That's one of the best scenarios I've heard, period. 3 first-round picks in the top 18, in essence. So y'all said trade up for Burrow. Simmons and Mekhi Becton, Brown and Herbert, offensive tackle and Tua. I'd give 3 and 26. for a second and take Chase Young. Y'all still on this Chase, huh? Hey, I wouldn't be surprised if we see a Chase Young selection, man. That would be crazy to me. But I wouldn't know what to think. I would really be puzzled in my head, like Miami Dolphins select Chase Young. I would be puzzled in my mind. I would be puzzled. I'd be like, I mean, it doesn't make sense. Again, we wanted Clowney. Clowney was a no-go, so we brought Van Noy and Ogba in as a 2-for-1 deal. And then to go and get Chase Young at this point, it doesn't make sense. But, you know, we've seen crazier things. You know, we did draft Pat White. But anyway, Tua, Wills, and Josh Jones. A lot of people are real high on Josh Jones lately. His name's been coming up quite a bit. It was unrealistic, but I would love it. Nothing's unrealistic in the draft, man. We might go all defense or go all offense. Isaiah Simmons there. Well, let me back up. Let me say this. I like the point that was made. We might go all defense or all offense. I'll say this. If we don't go offense at 5, if we don't go defense at 5, there's a good chance we're going all offense. There's a good chance we're going all offense. Because, again, I don't see anything. If we don't go defense at 5, I don't see the defensive player they want at 18 unless they're going for, Wingfield or someone like that. But, again, that might be early. I don't know. 20, I don't know. We'll see. Brown and Simmons, offensive tackle and QB. MJ the GOAT, and then Kobe, LeBron, Curry. Raekwon Davis in the second round. Maybe. Tristan, Justin, Winfield Jr. Burrow or Tua or continue to stink. I'd rather take Burrow. And if I can't get Burrow, I'd continue to stink unless I can get Tua at 18. All right, Ballgame says, stop the madness. Xavier Howard is not getting traded, folks. Move on from that. Shaking my head. You know what? I'm glad you said that, Ballgame, because you know how many people are trying to keep this Deshaun Watson conversation alive? I'm like, just leave it alone, y'all. Deshaun Watson isn't coming to Miami. If he did, then Xavier Howard has to be gone. Albert Wilson has to be gone. So I don't see Deshaun Watson coming to Miami, okay? People keep that, for some reason, have been keeping that conversation going quite a bit, man. I don't see it happening. All right, let's see here. All right, I got some more. If the Miami Dolphins draft Okudah at 5, what does that mean for Xavier Howard? Will he be traded? If the Miami Dolphins drafted Okudah at 5, then it would be weird if they draft Okudah at 5. That's a great question. If they draft Okudah at 5, shout out to Darth Vader with the donation, said, I want Jordan Love. Ooh, it might happen, man. I want to answer this question, though. If they draft Okudah at 5, what does it mean for X? Then X is definitely on the trade block if we drafted Okudah at 5. Now, he'd be on the trade block for a very high price. And if nobody pulled the trigger, Okudah would have the luxury of learning behind two good veterans and being plugged in situational football. That's all that would mean. But X would that does mean that X would probably be on his way out of the organization the very next season, if not this season, or if not the draft. That's exactly what that would mean. Another thing, if they actually got Okudah, that would also mean all these speculations of, the Miami Dolphins might trade for this player or that left tackle or that person around the league. Those things become really realistic at that point because you have a huge trade asset in Xavier Howard. Hopefully it's still huge that you're able to send in a package deal for one of those players. So that's what that would mean. Interesting question. Another question. Josh Valencia said, can I join the panel and be a Patreon member? Well, if you're a Patreon member, you can join the panel conversations on any night outside of Tuesday night. So if you're a Patreon member, all you have to do on any given night is go follow the link, go backstage, because there's a message board backstage. And on that message board, say, hey, TD, I'm a Patreon. I want to get in on this action. And I let you in. It's that simple. And so, and a lot of Patreons don't even know that. And by the way, we're almost at 30 Patreons. It's amazing how that's picking up. I think we have 27 Patreons now. It's amazing. We're almost at 30 Patreons. Again, shout out to all the Patreon members. Thank y'all for y'all love and y'all dedicated support. Again, and I'm gonna be giving y'all a shout out pretty soon and doing some things for you all outside of the exclusive content. Again, thank y'all for supporting me on a whole nother level, man. But of course, you can be a Patreon member and get in on the panels outside of Tuesday nights. All right. Anytime. All right. If you're backstage, you just let me know in the comment section backstage, and I let you in at my earliest convenience. All right. Next question. Would you pull the trigger on a trade for the 49ers first round pick, 13 and 31st, for our 2 seconds, third and fourth round pick? That's too many assets, but you're saying 49ers would give us 13th and 31st, and we give up 2 seconds, a third and a fourth? Absolutely. Basically, your question is saying, do I want 5 first-round picks? Or do I want 3 first-round picks, 2 seconds, a third, and a fourth? Give me the 5 first-round picks. Give me the 5 first-round picks. And another thing, if you give me the 5 first-round picks, you can go ahead and get 2 at 5. I'm good then. If you give me 5 first-round picks, get 2 at 5. I don't care now. I don't care. I don't care now. But I will say this. It wouldn't be smart if you had 5 first-round picks to get 2 at 5, in my opinion, because you'd have the 5th pick, you'd have the 13th pick, you'd have the 18th pick, you'd have the 26th pick, and you'd have the 31st pick. I get Simmons or Derek Brown at 5. I'd get my quarterback at 13 now, which is a lot more realistic of one of those guys being there. I go ahead and get me a safety. I get me a safety at 18 because all the best tackles are probably gone. I'd get me at what was the other pick? At 18 and at 26, I get me an offensive lineman, and at 31, I get me an offensive lineman. Think about that. You got your quarterback, you got your nose tackle, you got 2 O linemen, you got your safety. What? All first round picks? Come on, man. That would be epic. I would do it. I would pull the trigger. And you could go any way in that scenario. That was just my scenario. You can go any way. You can go any way. That would be sweet, man. That would be sweet. Honestly, I would probably trade that 31st pick with any team in the NFL for their next year's 31st pick. I would trade the 31st pick, not their 31st. I would trade my 31st pick with any team in the NFL for their next year's first round pick. Because you got a 1 out of 31 chance. No, you actually have probably a 97% chance to get a higher pick next year. 97%. You take number 31, trade it to somebody for their next year first round pick. That next year first round pick, 97% chance is going to be better than 31 or 32. So I would definitely get off of 31 and get out of there and move it to next year. Now you got 3 first rounders next year. Your own, Houston's, and a wild card when whatever team we trade with, wherever they land. That would be sweet. That would be really sweet, man. Let me see here. All right, what else we got? Do you think they will pass on Tua, draft future bust Herbert instead? It's just a matter of where. Everybody, when we talk about Tua, we associate him with the 5th overall pick. I think they'll pass on him at 5. I could be wrong. Trust me, if I am wrong, everybody's going to let me hear about it on Thursday. But I could be wrong. But I think they will pass on Tua at 5. But let me say this too, y'all. If we pass on Tua at 5, there is nothing in me that says take Herbert at 5. I say pass on quarterback period at 5 unless Joe Burrow falls. That's my take on it. I don't want a quarterback at 5 unless it's Joe Burrow. I don't. If we could find a way to get the number 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13th pick, trade out, then okay, take a quarterback. But the 5th overall pick is just so, man, there's so many players on this board that can help contribute day one. They can help contribute day one. I don't want to miss on that. Somebody said EM will come at you hard if we draft Tua, TD. I mean, it's what I deserve, right? If we draft Tua, he can say whatever he wants about it. I'm going to sit here and be like, you're right, bro. He's the guy. He's always been the guy, and he will be the guy, like you've been saying. I was wrong. It ain't that big of a deal for me. Now I'm going to sit there and talk about how we could build a line in front of him so that he don't get exposed from the things that I think are red flags, like his proneness to injuries. We got to protect him. Like helping him read defenses better, which people think he's great at, but we'll see. We shall see. Let me keep moving. Oh, man. Let me move this up. All right. And guys, we got over 250 people in the room, 108 likes. Please hit that like button. Are you going to get high for 420 today? EK9 Zumundo, no, I am not. I'm not going to get high for 420, 421, 422, therefore and thereon. All right. Between drafting Derek Brown, Isaiah Simmons, Jeff Okuda, O-line, or a QB at number 5, which of these do you think will make the biggest impact next year? The biggest impact next year, in my opinion, with all these players, I would have to say would be Derek Brown. He's going to be able to – Derek Brown would make the biggest impact out of all these players, even Isaiah Simmons, because when you got the guys that we already have, Van Noy and all of those guys that we brought in, it's going to be a loaded room. They're going to be flexing players in different situations, which is a great thing. But the most impactful for our team and the way that we're built with the holes that we have, Derek Brown will be the most impactful because it starts on first down on defense, stopping the run. Nobody is debating whether or not this man is a disruptor. He is a day one starter who's going to play Pro Bowl caliber football day one in the NFL against some of the best O-lines, against some of the best centers and guards. He is a disruptor. He's going to put you in a good second down situation and probably smash that as well. He's going to allow you to have a lot more third downs. And not 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3. But 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7, 3rd and 8. That's what he's going to create. That's what you need. And then you can't just throw the quick slant with guys like Byron Jones and Xavier Howard on occasions. Yeah, that was a hate plug. You can't always rely on the quick slants and getting the ball out quick with those guys. You can't. So Derek Brown would have the most impact on this team than all of these players. All of them. All of them. He's going to give the offense more possessions earlier. The opposing teams will have less first downs. So if the offense isn't doing great, at least they get more cracks at it. Brown, listen, y'all. If we selected Brown at number 5, if he even makes it to 5, let's get that straight now. If he even lands at 5, if we select Brown at 5, y'all don't understand, man. The Miami Dolphins are legitimately, man, we are it, man. If you select Brown at 5, man, that's the most impactful selection you can have, in my opinion, right? Y'all better watch out for it, man. All right, let's see what else we got. If the Miami Dolphins draft Okudah at 5, what does that mean? Oh, I already read that. Too. Do you think they will pass on Tua draft? Oh, I already read that too. I think I got all the questions. I got all the Instagram questions that I see right now. All right, so cool. Edwin, I'm actually not, man. He's not most impactful. Edwin, I like to hear who you think is the most impactful. That would be interesting. Flores and Greer, burner accounts watching this. Why not? Watch it. They probably at home like, wow, this guy is so right, or this guy is so wrong. Who knows? We're going to find out in 3 days. So much good talent in this draft. We're going to get 3 of them. We can only hope so, right? Rashard Brown, not even close to the best D tackle duo. Rashard Brown. Simmons is top 3 on my big board. Hey, me too. But again, that's like having Tom Brady in his prime and saying Tua is top 3 on my big board. You gonna double back and draft Tua if you already got Tom Brady? That's my thing with Simmons. We can use him and he'd be a great addition and he's gonna help this team win. But with all the pieces that we brought in, it's almost like we've built for what Okudah can do. It just comes in the form of multiple players, not Okudah but Simmons, in my opinion. So we'll see. Eventually, we need a QB. I agree. Defense is first, but we need a QB. I agree, Damian. No, there's no question. We definitely need a QB. We definitely do. Definitely. QBs are most impactful, TD. It's common knowledge. Hey, that's just like common sense, Mike. It ain't common at all. So miss me with the common knowledge stuff. Just like common sense, it ain't common at all. Okay? And most people think certain things are common sense are the ones that's lost. If QB is the most important position, then why Brady throw 4 touchdowns and over 500 yards and lose a Super Bowl? I'm just curious. Throw over 500 yards and 4 touchdowns and lose the Super Bowl. It's crazy to me. Crazy to me, man. It's crazy to me. All right. TD going crazy today. This is why I enjoy watching your channel. Appreciate you, Edwin, man. Herbert looks like Fitz to me. Which one? The Fitz that we all know or the more structured Fitz? There is a difference, right? Oh, man. Oh, man. Let me see here. Love over Herbert. What about the 6 rings? What about it? I'm not sure what you're talking about. It's better QB coming out next year. I agree. Brown at 5, trade back up for Herbert or Love. What up, TD? What did I miss? Nothing, Elder Bruce Jones. We just kicking the breeze, having some fun, man. We getting ready for 3 days from now. It's just crazy, man. 2 months ago, we were like 60 days, and now we're 3 days away. 3 days away. 3 days away from the draft party, and it's going to be an amazing draft party, man. I cannot wait. I cannot wait, man. I'm so excited. And I'm nervous at the same time. Oh, man, Mr. Ballgame said, this dude, Mike Pellegrino, said he wouldn't take Simmons in the top 10. See what he be saying about these fans at times. Hey, but Ballgame, you got to know that Mike is the only one that's allowed to troll on the channel because he don't know nothing but that. Mike been doing that for over a year now, man, on this channel. I give Mike a pass, man. Mike and somebody else, but I don't think I've seen him in a while. But Mike is one of the few individuals that's allowed to just say whatever he wants because everything come out of his mouth is just ridiculous, man, when it comes to football. I promise you, man. We love you, Mike, man. We love you. Mike Pellegrino, ladies and gentlemen. Shout out to Mike Pellegrino, man. Hey, nothing I say is right, by the way, for Mike. Nothing. Not a single thing I say. That's why, hey, at least one thing I respect about Mike, that's why I've never blocked him because he's never been disrespectful. I argue with him at first, and then I learned real quick with Mike. Listen, at least he's consistent with what Ian would call his buffoonery. At least he's consistent with it. So something tells me he really believes everything that he be saying. So I can't knock that, man. I always stand up for you if you're consistent, even if it's crazy consistency. I respect it. All right. Oh man. Oh, my wife in the building. Hey, babe, love you. She said, hey, y'all. TD, would you? Oh man, chat moving so fast. I missed that one. Almost 300 people in the room. We should at least have 200 likes. Push that like button, y'all. Hey, Mike, hit that like button, man. Oh man, did I lose the comment? Man, TD, would you be mad if they decided to see what they have in Rosen? Why would I be mad? We got Fitzpatrick this year. With the great defense, Fitzpatrick can take you to the playoffs. So no, I wouldn't be mad because you know why? If Rosen didn't work out, 2020 is a better quarterback class. 2021, excuse me. It's a better quarterback class. More of them and better talent overall. You can't go the top 3 or 4 quarterbacks next year. You can't go wrong. I mean, you could always go wrong, but it's not like this year. It's not like this year where people calling the number 1 overall draft pick a one-year wonder. They're calling the Tua Tagovailoa prone to injury and desperate. They're calling Herbert inaccurate. They're calling Love project but a high upside. Next year, you don't have that. You got 3 or 4 guys that let's roll. Let's roll. Take the training wheels off and let's go win. So, no, I wouldn't be mad at all. At all, man. Let's see here. Mike is a good guy. I wouldn't deny that. I wouldn't deny that at all. Mike's good with me, at least. I know we may go back and forth, but he's good with me. I like Mike. TD, love you and that's Mike. Mike said, TD, love you and your family too. Same here, man. Same here, man. We may not see eye to eye on everything football, but you all good with me, Mike. That's why I'll mess with Mike, man. Hey, Mike, he say what he want. I may dig at him here and there, but as soon as I recognize, this Mike we talking to, I'm hard. Oh man. Interview on the Instagram Live. What is that, Brian? What's the interview on Instagram Live? Mr. Ballgame, I feel Rosen could be the man if they give him a chance. I think a lot of people could be the man if they had a chance in the right circumstances, in the right situation. I really do. I feel like there's a lot of quarterbacks who could be great if they were in the right situation. But unfortunately, they get thrown into a bad situation early on. They get thrown into, anytime we talk about this, I'll just say Ryan Tannehill. Ryan Tannehill. In the discussion. In the right situation, he can thrive and be a franchise quarterback. Easily. Hey, spread the word to all your friends that TD is streaming the draft and tell them to join even if they aren't Dolphin fans. That's what's up, last_name_bird01. I appreciate the love, man. Fournette sold out on his own quarterback, not a guy you want on your team. Interesting. Right tackle could have done here, and he did there. Well, I don't know what that means. Oh, Ryan Tannehill couldn't have done here what he did there. Yeah, because here they didn't have the proper pieces around him and the proper assets around him. So I agree. Ryan Tannehill couldn't have done here what he did there. But it wasn't his fault. Mr. Ballgame said this staff has realized how difficult it is for young QBs to be successful, and they don't want to make a bad decision giving up on a possible diamond in the rough so soon. Tannehill taught him that too. And you're right, Ballgame. I think they did learn that. That's why it's interesting to me, because when I hear Stephen Ross come out and say, I just wish the kid was better in regards to Rosen, I'm like, ugh, that's tough to hear from your owner. But when I hear Greer come out and virtually make excuses for Rosen, it makes me realize. But reading what Ballgame just said, it puts everything into perspective. They realize when you're young, it ain't easy early on, unless you got everything around you. See, we talk about the Lamar Jacksons of the world, but look at what he got around him. We talk about Patrick Mahomes, and look what he got around him. We talk about all these guys that are young, but look at what they have around them. Everybody doesn't have the luxury of having all those things around them. They don't. Let me say this. When was Patrick Mahomes drafted? I'm curious. I'll never remember his draft status. I think it was like late first or early second or something. When was Patrick Mahomes drafted? Y'all football scholars, let me know. Because there's a lot of y'all in here. A lot of y'all know y'all stuff. When was Mahomes drafted? Was it the top 5 of the draft? Was he a top 5 player? Let me know in the comment section. There we go. 19, 10, 10, 10. So he was the 10th overall pick. First round. See, some of y'all are tripping. Talk about third round. 10th overall pick. It didn't have to be the top. And did he play his first year? Did he play right away? I already know the answer to that. No, he didn't. He got to sit around and learn. Man. When was Lamar Jackson drafted? When was he drafted? What year and what round, what pick? He was drafted 31. What year was that? 32? 2018, 32nd pick. So don't get mad at me. Again, not a top pick as far as the top 5, top 10. But listen, let me also say this. I'm finna get on a few people. Stop throwing out Lamar Jackson's name in arguments. Look at Lamar Jackson. Stop throwing out Lamar Jackson's name in arguments. When you arguing about future quarterbacks and how these young guys, stop using Lamar Jackson as an argument. What has Lamar Jackson done? Don't tell me he won the MVP. Didn't Cam Newton win one? The man ain't even won a playoff game. At least Cam Newton did that. I've been literally going back and forth with people on social media, and they try to throw out Lamar Jackson as an example. What has he done? Won an MVP? Cam Newton won an MVP. At least he went to the Super Bowl. We glorify these young stars that ain't win nothing yet. Shout out to Patrick Mahomes for getting the Super Bowl. But listen, man, there is one rule that I have, and none of y'all have to follow it. It's just my own rule. It might be wise for you to adopt it. Stop projecting these young kids' future until they off their rookie deal. The first season off of their rookie deal, add that with their whole first 4 years, and then you evaluate the player. We've been through the same thing before. We could go back 7 years now or 8 years, and we can look at every single quarterback class in the last 8 years. It would be embarrassing if you go through them. It would be embarrassing. Stop it. It's fool's gold. We need somebody like Mahomes. We need somebody like Lamar. We need somebody like Deshaun. Can you wait today in their 5th season or 6th season and then start begging for somebody like them? We've been through this before. We've been through this. Hell, I'm just trying to see a quarterback in the last 7 years make it to year 8. More than half the quarterbacks in the last 7 years ain't even playing. And I'm talking about first and second rounders. Ain't even playing. Ain't starting on their team. Success in the NFL is success in the NFL at the quarterback position is starting to look like longevity. Somebody said Ryan Fitzpatrick had a high wonder lick. Did that matter? The man's still starting. He's still playing in the NFL like 14 seasons or whatever. Like, come on, man. Oh my gosh, man. Wait for these guys to get off of their rookie deal, play 1 or 2 seasons after that. Then you start determining their status of all time or their status of greats. I don't care if you throw 50 touchdowns and 5,000 yards and win a Super Bowl in your first 2 years. Things could go straight downhill from here. You can get Aaron Rodgers right away. And that's another thing that people need to argue a little more. I don't like that crap. I know Aaron Rodgers' talent is great, but what has this man done in like forever? Yeah, he gonna win some games here, look good there, but what has he done in like forever? I know he's a great quarterback, but what has he done since we all start saying, whoa, Aaron Rodgers? I mean, it's been like 8 years since he's been relevant. He's been living off of his name for 8 years. He's been living off of his name for 8 years now. Of what he did in like the first 3 or 4 years. Somebody said, don't you speak on Aaron Rodgers. Am I not telling the truth, though? I know people don't like to hear it. But we always glorify what they do when they first come into the league and ignore the next 6, 7, 8 years. Come on, y'all. What's up, Quint? My bad you didn't get the notification. I have no idea why, man. I have no idea why. And stream's ending in about 6 minutes, guys, 3:30. Got some things to take care of, but we're going to be back tonight for Finsanity Mondays. So y'all be ready for that. It's going to be a great stream tonight. And I agree, ball game. Green Bay's defense was amazing the year that he won. Like, people get mad at me because I'm calling out the obvious. Early in his career, he looked like the greatest of all time. And then what has he done since? But we want to ignore that. We want to ignore that. We don't care. As long as he did it for 2 or 3 years, that's all that matters, TD. He'll always be enshrined in one of the greats for the rest of his career. Give me a break. Give me a break. Like, do some of us have standards here? Yeah, you know what? I can't believe I'm about to defend this guy like I'm about to. Y'all disrespect Brady with that crap. And I can't stand Brady, but a real man gonna show respect where respect is due. That is disrespectful to Tom Brady, the GOAT at the quarterback position. Oh, I just hate saying that, but it's true. I have to. He earned it. He earned it. I could put it aside. He earned it. That's disrespectful to Tom Brady to be talking the way people be talking about Aaron Rodgers. What has he done? Tom Brady been rocking and rolling for almost 20 years, man. And we always praising somebody who did it for 3 or 4 years and ain't been relevant since. Oh, but he's still one of the greats. He's still one of the greats. Man, no, man, you got to have longevity in your career. That's disrespectful to Montana, to Marino. Just because he had the attributes and the skills like these guys for 3 or 4 years, what has he done since? What has he done since? Man, y'all ain't finna get me going in right now, man. Shout out to Jerry Joseph with the donation. Said Jordan Love, have him sit. His flaws can be fixed. I agree with that. He got a high upside. Rip said, imagine saying Rodgers is irrelevant. We talk about you need a great quarterback to win, right? What happened to Rodgers last year, the year before that, 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 the year before that? And I think he won, NFC Championship game the year before that. But you got to go back 7 years. So in the last 6 years, what has he done? Can somebody answer that in the comment section real quick? In the last 6 years, why don't you put it in the comment section right now? Because this is where the comment section is probably going to get real quiet. What has he done? Because it's proof that some of y'all live off of reputations when he has more seasons of not being the guy to carry his team than he does of being the guy carrying his team. He has more seasons of not being the guy to carry his team than being the guy to carry his team. To be one of the greatest of all time, you got to have more seasons of carrying your team than not. Facts. How dare you talk about Rodgers? Okay. How dare you ignore it? How dare you ignore it? Some of y'all, it ain't popular for me to talk like this. Because some of y'all want to ignore the facts because you want to listen to what everybody say on TV. Oh, there go that man. He's a bad boy. They've been saying that for 7 years. He's a bad man. They've been saying that for 7 years, but I ain't seen nothing bad about him in 7. Living off of them first 4 or 5 years. Ball Game said that defense has been retooled in Green Bay. That's why they are relevant again. Absolutely. Absolutely. We can't sit here and make it seem like Aaron Rodgers was solely the reason they were being carried in the playoffs this year. That defense played very well. Shout out to Big J, doing big things. He said, sup TD, happy 420, bro. It's smoke screens season. It's a lot of smoke screens out there, man. Watch this. He says, TDPHINSTALK. Okay, now take away Aaron. Do they contend? Put Aaron in. Do they contend? No. Same difference. They ain't contending with them. Could they go to a first round or something? Take them out. No, they don't contend. Keep him in there. Is he going? Has he been to the NFC Championship game lately? Has he won Super Bowls lately? Has he been to the Super Bowl lately? You supposed to be mentioned in the stratosphere of Brady. Come on, man. Man, we'll pick this up tonight, man. It's 3:30. Y'all ain't finna get my blood pressure up, man. This TDPHINSTALK, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. Y'all hit that like button on your way out. Make sure you check me out on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook at TDPHINSTALK. Also, you can find my content at DolphinsTalk.com. Also, guys, real quick before I go, TD got his P.O. box now. I know people have been begging for that for quite a long time, all right? TD, when you going to get a P.O. box? TD, when you going to get a P.O. box? It's a good thing I waited because I've been moving. I moved. So we got the P.O. box. It's in the description of every video, all right? So check out the description of the video. That's the P.O. box. If you want to send something in or show some love or just whatever. I mean, y'all been asking for it, so I did get the P.O. box for TD Phins Talk. It is in the comment. It's in the description section of every video now, not the old videos, but the ones from this point on. The P.O. box is found in there just in case you wanted to use it, all right? So I got what y'all been begging for quite some time, man, and I appreciate y'all love and support. Again, this is TD Phins Talk, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans, as my wife is in front of me just dancing it up. Oh, man. But I'll check in with y'all later today. We got Finsanity Mondays coming through, man. I can't wait, man. There's 3 days away, y'all. The draft is here. Y'all hit that like button on your way out. I love y'all, love y'all, love y'all, man. TD bashing Aaron Rodgers. I ain't bashing him, man. I'm just speaking facts. Ain't nothing wrong with Aaron Rodgers. I like Aaron Rodgers. I would love Aaron Rodgers on my team. I would love Aaron Rodgers to be my quarterback for the right price, of course. Of course. But again, let's not sit here and make it seem like he's been goated. he's been Stop. Anyway, I gotta go, man. This TD Phins Talk, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. It's your boy. Peace. The draft in 3 days. We about to get paid. They don't want to see our grades. It's AA. Ooh, TD getting them bars back, man. Y'all better watch out. Ooh. Oh, man.